Hello everybody, and thank you for joining me. This is Ciara from Ciara T Designs, and today I have these really fun circle feather cards to share with you guys, so let's jump right in. So I'm going to start by cutting down my cardstock and creating the bases. Generally, I already have my bases pre-made. I sit down and make a whole bunch of them at a time, but for whatever reason, I've actually run out and I just haven't made any more. So I'm going to show you here that I am cutting down 4 bases for this card set. So I cut my standard piece of paper in half, which for me in North America is 8.5 by 11. So that creates, when scored, the 4 1/4 by 5.5 card base, which is standard A2 for North America. And then I also cut down a piece of my favorite HammerMill. I cut it in half as well. It's going to end up being, I'm pretty sure in the end it's 5.5 by 5.5. You're going to see me cut it again here in a moment because I wasn't totally sure what size I needed. So I kind of had to get out my nested circles just to have a general idea. And I'm pretty sure it would be whatever your largest circle is, that would be whatever you would end up cutting this to. So I'm pretty much positive mine is 5.5. Now for my ink blending, I'm going to go in with 3 colors in each combo. These could be anything you want them to be. This first one is Carved Pumpkin, Picked Raspberry, and Seedless Preserves. I think it turned out really pretty. This is a very vibrant color palette, and I love vibrant colors, so that does really speak to me. But you could change this up to be anything you want if that is not your like if vibrant is not kind of your color palette, you could use pastels here instead. There's so many things you could do to change it up to be whatever palette you prefer. And you're going to see here in a second as well that I'm going to do 2 completely different color palettes, though I do have them lean into purple a little bit just because you guys know I love purple. Purple happens to be my favorite color. Pink is right close to that as well, though. I do really like pink as well. So, but I am going to use purple in both card panels. So there's the first one, it's all done, and I love how that came together. And then for my second panel, I'm going to use Tumbled Glass, Shaded Lilac, and Dusty Concord. And it Shaded Lilac and Dusty Concord don't go together terribly well, but it works in this design because we're not leaving the panel as it is anyways. And do keep in mind, these will dry back. So though they are quite bright here, they will dry back and look more put together later. So just keep that in mind as we work through the colors. Now, I like to go through and blend my colors from the edge coming in. That is just my preference. I find that I get a better blend, and I do use the dome foams as well. Now, as for storage for the dome foams, I'm just going to quickly show you what I have. This is a file that I created. I have a live stream about this, how to create this. I also have this as a download on my website. So if you head over to ciaratdesigns.com, you can actually get that in the freebies section. You can download it. There's also a link in there that tells you what the live is. You can go check that out if you want to watch it and create your own. And I just found it was a great way to hold my dome foams because they don't go underneath like the flat foams can. And then next, you guys know, if you've been with me for any time at all, I love texture and dimension. That is one of my favorite things in card designs. So I've gone in with my Perfect Pearls. I keep it mixed up in a mini mister bottle on my desk. I use it pretty often. And I have had questions about creating the little mixture. I will have a short showing you how to create it as soon as I run out, which I think won't be too much longer now. But if you're at all interested, I do actually have an email list that I would, let you know once I've done that. So if you're interested, I will have a link to sign up for my email list. And my email list kind of just gives you updates. It really just, sometimes I share cats. It'll give you updates as to what's going on behind the scenes. Like right now I'm working on my tulip collection. And I kind of do more so just once a month at the moment. At the end of the month, it's like kind of an update about what's going on, what was popular on the channel, what I'm working on, that kind of stuff. So if you're at all interested, sign up. You can keep up to whatever I'm up to. And it will inform you of anything going on, specifically like when I do the short for the Perfect Pearls, because I've had so many people ask about it, I will put that in the email and link to it so you can go check it out. Just because I have had so many people interested. Now, I am sure that there is a better way to do this than the way I've done it. However, this is what I did. So bear with me as I try to explain this. So I want there to be a whole bunch of circles. I want there to be layers and layers of circles. That's I want that texture. So I lined up a whole bunch of nested circle dies and I, taped them across, and they did shift a little bit. Not every circle is perfect. I'm not worried about that. But if you are, use better low tack tape than I used. But I wasn't really concerned about it. Now I taped the back because I taped it all together because I need to be able to cut it in half, because as you guys saw in the opening images, we're using half of each panel on each card design. So hopefully that kind of makes sense as to what I'm doing there. And like I said, I'm sure that there would be a better way to do this than what I've done here, but this worked for me and it turned out kind of neat. And I love how it turned out. So I adhered them with that low tack tape on the front, and then I put pieces of low tack tape on the back to keep them together. I did realize later that if I had left the low tack tape on the back when I cut this in half, you wouldn't have to adhere them one layer at a time. However, this low tack tape, it's not very good. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I haven't found a low tack tape that I love yet. And I have some new ones to try. And it didn't occur to me when I did this. Because sometimes I remember that I have fun stuff that I could use, and sometimes I completely forget. So it's just one of those things where I completely forgot I had other tape I could have tried. This just happens to be the one that I grabbed. And like I said, so you could absolutely leave the tape on the back and then, use that to adhere it. And then you wouldn't need to do each layer at a time like I'm going to do here in a second. You're going to see me do it. However, I don't think that it matters. And I did show you one area that did not cut properly through my switch. So when I took it out of the nested circle dies and I kind of pointed to an area, that area didn't cut. I find that happens when you kind of overload your die machine with a lot of dies. I just brought in my scissors and trimmed that one area because it only happened in one small spot. So I really wasn't worried about it. And now originally I thought that I would adhere my circle dies straight to my card base and we would just work from there. But then I decided that I would rather give them a mat to adhere to and then also stamp the sentiment on this piece as well. So I'm going to cut down 4 mats in black and then 4 layers that they're going to go on. So I cut my black mat to 1/4 of an inch smaller than my A2 base. Nope, sorry, it's 1/8 of an inch smaller. And then my white piece is 1/4 of an inch smaller. So hopefully that kind of makes sense. I want a really thin border. You could make it bigger if you want to. This is just my preference. I like a really thin border. That's kind of why I went that direction. So that is, why I did what I did. But you could, of course, change that up for whatever your preference is. And now this is what I mean when I said I'm going to go and adhere every half circle, each circle at a time. Now that does give me the ability to line them up how I like. I can, you could theoretically have interchanged the colors if you wanted to, I wouldn't necessarily do that with these, but if you had done one in like ombre purple and one in ombre blue, how cool would it be if you switched out every other circle? I think that would look really neat. I just opted to adhere these down the way I wanted to in order with a little bit of glue on each layer to make sure they stayed there and stayed flat. You could pop some layers up if you wanted a little more dimension. That's also an option. I'm just going to adhere everything flat because I think that looks really good, but it really depends on what your preference for this card design is. And you could use any shape here, and you don't have to use as many circles as I did either. You could do thinner layers. This is just, how I like to roll, but you could literally do this in so many different ways. This would look cool with stars or hearts or, squares, rectangles. Like there's no wrong shape here. Do whatever shape works for you, and I think it would look really neat. So that's kind of what I was going for. I really like circles. I don't know why. They're one of my preferred shapes in general. So I did adhere all of them down, and then I'm going to trim off just that little bit of excess that ended up kind of hanging off of the edge. And that really worked out well for making it a smooth, nice cut and looking really finished in the end. Because otherwise, I did find that I had just a little bit hanging off as I got closer to the center of adhering everything, and it was easier to do this. You could use scissors if you wanted to. I just find the trimmer is an easier way to clean them up. Now I'm going to stamp a sentiment. I think I actually cut my feathers first. So I'm going to bring in, I'm going to punch these first. I forgot this step. I have this lace punch. I got it off of Amazon a while ago, and I pretty much never use it. However, I was staring at all of this white space and I'm like, I need to add some kind of fun border. And I went back and forth so many times as to whether or not I was actually going to add this to this edge, but I love it. I think it adds such an interesting texture. So you could leave this part out if you don't really want to add a lacy border, or you could use like a die strip. There are thin dies you could do that do kind of like edging. You could use any kind of like funky scissors, because I know they used to make really neat scissors that have like cool cuts. There's so many things you could do here. I just brought in this punch because I thought it would be really pretty to add that kind of doily-esque edge to the cards, and I think it turned out pretty neat. So let me know your thoughts, because I think I've used that punch once and I was so excited to bust it out and use it for something else. And then I brought in my Feathery dies. These are by Tim Holtz. I don't think they are available anymore, but anything, like you could do a tall stemmed leaf, you could do a tall stemmed flower, there's so many things you could do here. Bring in a different feather if you have one, just find a kind of a taller die, because my thought with this was, when you see me stamp the sentiment, I was thinking like the feather was a quill and it was writing the scripty word in my sentiment. So that's kind of how I've positioned it. But you could just position it anyway. Like there's no right or wrong here. Do whatever works for whatever item you're specifically using. This just happens to be what I'm using. And then my sentiment, of course, is from Simon Says Stamp, because it always is. And it's just a nice sentiment that has a little bit of script, a little bit of serif font, and I just think it's so pretty. So I've stamped it up. I said, so happy you are my friend, I'm pretty sure is the sentiment on that. And the friend is scripted, and I just thought it was really pretty. So I stamped that out on all of my card panels, and then we're going to kind of build the card, and there we're pretty much finished. This is a little bit of a longer video because there was quite a few steps to these cards, and I actually went and cut a bunch of stuff out because I'm like, you guys don't need to see this. But I love how these turned out. So I'm going to adhere them. I did consider cutting the black around the lacy edge, but I opted to leave it the way it was, just because I think that squared off edge looked really pretty with that lace. But I think it would also look pretty if you did like a scalloped edge around the white part as well into that black panel. But I opted not to. You would have to do it with your scissors, because there's no way. I don't have another punch. Like that's the only punch I have. So I think I have like 2 punches in my whole collection. I did struggle a little bit to get them straight because of that deckled edge though, or that lacy edge. I did find that gave me a few more struggles on trying to get my panels centered. So that was kind of interesting for this panel specifically, but I love how these came together. They're vibrant, they're fun, they're pretty, and they just make me smile. And you guys know that's a big thing for me. Aqua had to come and check it out. She had to tell me that it was acceptable. She does really like to hang out with me when I create. She's usually always laying in front of my glass mat on the desk as I'm creating, so that's always really fun. But here you can see I've got my feathers, and I'm gonna line up the end of the feather to kind of where the word friend has that scripty start. And like I said, to me, it just, in my head, it was like this was a quill and it was writing the word friend, and that's why I've positioned it where I have. But you could, like I said, put whatever you have on your hand. Have on hand, not on your hand. You guys know that I am a huge believer of using what's in your stash. Don't get me wrong, buying new stuff is kind of fun, but I do think it's kind of a great idea to bust out things that you haven't used in a while. So if there's a fun die you haven't used in a while, bust it out and put it on a card front with some really fun blending. Just make something so that you can smile. That's kind of always my goal with creating, is that I'm always trying to just make something that brings a smile to my face and makes me happy. So that is why I gravitate towards more vibrant colors. But here you can see that Dusty Concord and that shaded Lilac look a lot better together now. After we've done a few things, we've added it up, we've broken it up with a splatter and a little bit of water, because you guys saw me as well splatter on a little bit of water with a distress sprayer. So that kind of helped break up that background so that those colors weren't as obvious, that they don't go together perfectly. But honestly, I like shaded Lilac and Dusty Concord together. I think they look neat. They just are a little more of a struggle for me to blend nicely. That's all, but I still think they always look great. So I adhered these onto my bases. I did not do anything in the bases. I've told you guys before that I'm trying to do more inside of the base. I did not. I didn't do anything in these at all. I guess you could have cut another feather and stuck those in there as well, but I just opted to leave it as is, and I'm okay with that. I have had some questions as to whether or not I'm planning on selling my cards. I am. They are going on my website, but again, it's quite an undertaking to get all the listings made and make sure I have the correct packaging on hand, make sure the shipping is correct, make sure all of that. So, and, you know, there's some weird tariff stuff still going on with the states as the percentages have changed and that kind of stuff. So again, if you're interested in hearing anything about that, it would also be in my email. So, you know, check out or sign up for my email list. That is the best way to get, you know, some of the behind the scenes stuff going on. Like watercolor bookmarks are now up on the website. That went out in my email this weekend. So this past weekend. So yeah, just if you're at all interested, make sure to just sign up for my email list. I promise I will not bombard you with a ton of emails. That's not what I'm doing. It's just an easier way to like reach out directly and be like, hey, this is what I'm up to. So it's kind of a fun way to keep you guys updated. But these are the cards I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope you leave me a like, leave me a comment, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. I do new videos every Monday and Thursday, and it would be amazing to keep growing the channel. I do slow down a lot during the January, February, March time. So if you're enjoying my content and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. I would really appreciate that. And for my members, you guys are phenomenal. I greatly appreciate you. I cannot express how much I appreciate your support. It just means the world to me. So thank you guys so much to everybody. And I will see you again very soon with my next video. Bye-bye for now.